Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome and thank you for watching. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So this one is about sacred sound, or the Hindu saying Nada Brahma, which is the world is sound. Oh, dear ones, this is to me a big one. I'm a bit nervous, and I asked for support of Spirit World because to me that's really a big theme, and I feel that I'm only scratching the surface. But you know, during my mediumship trainment, our mediumship teachers introduced us to a lot of different ways to get perception, and also to a lot of different exercises. One of the exercises was toning through the chakras with the common vowels you found in most languages worldwide, like A, E, I, O, U. So in the beginning I thought, well, this is just an exercise. But as I'm interested in sound and music and learning instruments and playing for myself and together with others and also singing and toning and things like that, I started to practice the toning exercise, which you can find on my channel as the video named Toning Through the Chakras, daily. It takes maybe 10 minutes. That's not too much of an effort. And I always had a kind of, in the beginning, a bit of a shaky voice, and I couldn't get the right pitch. I was a bit off here and there, and I noticed that some of the vowels weren't going as easy as others. And then, bit by bit, learning and developing by using the toning exercise, I found more and more things to understand. So each vowel that is connected in this method with each chakra already gives you, if it's shaky or not really going well, it gives you an idea where there is work to do inside of yourself to develop. You see, if you have problems with the E, which is the vowel for the throat chakra, then that is exactly where you should focus and sense into yourself and feel what's behind that. Maybe you are not speaking your truth. You are hiding your truth because you don't want to be rejected by others as crazy or whatever. Or you're even hiding inside yourself from yourself because you're a bit afraid of what might come up. Maybe you're even afraid of your own power that you can unconsciously feel and you don't know how to handle it. So every vowel tells you something about yourself. And this exercise, I really love it. And doing and practicing it nearly daily, I suddenly started hearing overtones appearing. So the overtones are a very interesting thing. When we usually speak, we produce over and undertones, but our hearing is conditioned and filters out so that we don't hear the overtones usually and the undertones, and focus on the intellectual meaning of the words that are spoken, but not on the vibration or the energy of the over and undertones. And if you research how the Pythagorean method of kind of the musical scale, which Pythagoras found, you find out that the distance between the tones is exactly mathematical. When you try to sing kind of coming from the outside, I am creating this tone now, it's not like that. You're missing out on a lot because breathing in deeply, everything is already innate within you. You just open up and release the tone that's coming out. You don't have to produce anything or to force out, with a cramped face, the high pitch notes. You can just allow them, and just by imagining that you open up, you have no longer difficulties to reach higher pitches, because as neuroscience taught us, for the brain there is no difference in imagining something. That's why the Tibetans work so much with visualization, imagining something in front of their inner eye, their mind's eye, creating an inner image. That's it, Neuroscience found out whether you sit in front of your TV set and watch a football game, or you go out onto the grass lawn and play with some friends, the same areas in your brain are lighting up. There is no difference between imagining and doing for the brain in its working, like firing chemically up in certain regions. So if you just imagine to open up, you will have a much better experience while toning or singing. And nearly all great world religions are kind of congruent about sound. In Genesis, in the Bible, we are told that the Spirit of God hovered above the waters in the beginning and said, "Let there be light." So we Westerners like to think, oh, it's about the words and the light, It is not. Speaking is creating sounds. And if you look at the Hindu tradition, they are all about the Om, the O-M. And just Omming can bring you inner balance and peace and harmony. I prefer the Aum, which is the 3 or 4 letter version of the shorter Om, which is starting with an A, which is the vowel for the heart. So you start with your heart, then you go to the O, which is your solar plexus chakra vowel. Then you go to the U, which is the root chakra vowel. And then you go to the M, which is the crown chakra vowel. So it's an Aum. And if you do that, even toning the M, there might come up some overtones, And you can create overtones quite easily if you just hum or tone the M with closed lips and form inside of the closed mouth the vowels going from A, E, I, O, U, sounding like that. And I stay on the same pitch. I do not change, but just the motion of the tongue forming the vowel creates the effect that some vowels, of course, the A and the E, they sound higher, as if you had gone to the next tone or the next note. And the O and the U sound lower, as if you had changed to a lower pitch or a lower note. And just by that, you can kind of get into overtones very easily. There is a simple exercise to further overtoning, which is do it very, very slowly, going from the English we to you and vice versa. So it's you, we. And by doing it very slowly, you find where in your mouth there is this one point where the overtone is kind of created and starts to ring or to resonate. So that for the ones amongst you that like singing and toning or things like that. And it's, to me, one of the best exercises because you breathe longer, because you want to hold the tone as long as possible with your exhale. So you're already breathing more deeply into your body. You're grounding and centering by that. And I can feel when I'm overtoning certain regions in my brain resonating and vibrating. And when I researched that, I found out that by that you create the construction, building, and connection of new synapses and new pathways of thinking. And you're also vibrating your whole system. Your body is more than 70% water, a very good conductor for vibrating frequencies and energy, and sound is nothing else but that. So you're vibrating your whole system, you're doing something actively for yourself, your own development. And with my videos and my whole channel, I do my best to focus on what helps everybody just right here and now for himself to open up more, to get some experience, some more feeling, and well, just more development inside of yourself. So that's why I love toning and I love overtoning. And some few more examples. If you look at the world religions, so I said the Hindu use the Om. In Islam, the Sufi use the Hu, or I even found out that the Ekankar people, they use the Hum. So that sounds all very similar. And I think it's about that, creating the holy vowels that were so holy that in Jewish language they didn't even wrote them down. They only wrote down the consonants. That's why there is a lot of space for interpretation in Jewish texts. Because if you have only the consonants, you can only find out what's the real meaning of the word by looking at the context of the whole sentence. And to give you an example, a simple one, just look at some names, If I take the German forename, Andreas, it moves or changes into Andrew in English, André in French. In Hungarian, it's Andras. In Russian language is Andrei, Andrei, or Andrea. And it still sounds phonetically very similar. I hope you see what I mean. And this brought me to some other things, like I was interested in, because I went to India searching for the purpose of my life there, although it was already in here, and I just carried it with me to India to discover it there in my near-death experience. The Indian Brahma and kind of his female counterpart, Saraswati, Doesn't that sound very similar phonetically to Abraham and Sarah? So there are a lot of very interesting things to be discovered, waiting for us to be discovered by us in sound. That's why I really believe and I experienced that sound is sacred. And the Hindu saying, Nada Brahma, the world is sound, is true. At least to me, in my opinion. You can have your own, but without first-hand experience, you don't really know. You just believe. And believing to me is not knowing and is just the intellectual process where you understand in a very limited way. But if you have your own first-hand experience and you feel while doing or while toning something, you feel what you're doing or what the sound is creating, and you always feel better after toning through your chakras because you're balancing them out and you're getting better and better in your tonal singing and things like that. I even had some experiences, because I love sound so much, where I didn't share them up to now because I thought, no, it's not yet the time, and I was a bit nervous about that. But as many other people also start to share more and more their experiences, also their angel and ET and UFO, UAP experiences, when I'm in the theta brainwave state at night, shortly before I fall asleep, I sometimes have astral encounters because I'm already with one foot kind of on the other side of the veil. So I had some experiences where I was picked up more or less by angels coming to me and helping me to get out of this bodily material 3D solid vessel into my subtle bodies, and I traveled with them through space in my astral form. And one of the experiences was, there's my clock chiming. I could not have timed it like that. One of my experiences was that I was taken with them to a place or space near Jupiter. And I didn't know what we were doing there, but they started kind of toning in a core. And as I just love toning and sound and music and singing and all that, I just joined them and tried to bring myself in without disturbing their creative energy, what they were creating by sound there. And I looked a bit around and I saw something very similar to kind of a space station that was in construction, like Deep Space Nine from Gene Roddenberry's sci-fi series. And I thought, what are we doing here? And it was kind of an inauguration ritual that I was allowed to participate with the angels that picked me up to fly with them to that space station near Jupiter and tone there and choir there, singing in a choir. And it was so wonderful. I was close to tears. And shortly after that, great confirmation and wonderful corroboration, I heard Elena Danan talk about the space station that is built and constructed near Jupiter. So then I understood and knew what I had witnessed and where I was allowed to take part in, and bringing my little sounds to combine with the angel core to something wonderful that's positive and uplifting, and was aimed at this new project to build a space station near Jupiter where in peace, harmony, and balance, other extraterrestrial races can come together with humans and well, create something positive like exchange of knowledge, exchange of maybe trade stuff or technology, however. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you very much for listening. Blessings, love, and light to you on your soul path. Dear beautiful souls. Bye.